What's up, guys? So we had a power outage today, so I figured I'd show you what it's like to turn my servers on after we recover. Let's get started. Alright, there was some sort of issue, and we were told by the power company to turn off all of our breakers so that we wouldn't have a massive surge when they finally turned the power back on, which they just did today. And I just went through and I flipped all the switches back on my panel, and let me go to the rack so I can show you what I do to turn everything back on. Alright, with the breaker set in the on position, I'm here at my rack, and everything that I care about, so my home server, which is this guy, my monitor, and that guy up there is my router, and the box that comes from the cable company, and a switch that my office upstairs is wired into. Those are all plugged into the UPS. So first thing we got to do is turn this on. Alright, so with power to the UPS turned back on, you can see that my cable box has got lights. So it's been turned on, and it's actually back initialized and ready to go. And my switch is of course on. This box right here is running a Linux firewall called Clear OS. So what we're going to do is turn this guy on first, and I'm going to come down here and switch over so that we can see it boot up. Actually, we need to have power to the monitor, and you can see it going through its initialization. And then once this is done, and I know that I've got a good my firewall is turned on, I'll then turn on my home server, and then we'll be all set. Alright, so as this thing is going through its startup here, I got to mention that my wife sort of saved the day. When the power went out, the UPS did do what it was supposed to do. So it did trip and was doing a notification. So my wife came down, and like a good system admin, and she turned off my router and turned off the home server, and then subsequently turned off the UPS. So we actually got a nice clean shutdown of everything. So we're good here. And I think this has to do with screen not refreshing properly. So we'll switch off and come back on. And there we go. So once we have a logon screen, then I'm pretty confident that our firewall is up and running properly. So I'm going to now come down to my home server, which we've seen in multiple videos. That's really loud. What the heck? That sounds really bad. Let me check the back and see what the heck is going on here. Sounds like a bad fan. Okay, here's the back of the home server. You might remember in a couple of videos ago I switched this fan out because it was making a bad sound. This other 80 mil fan, which was the same cheap Chinese fan that was in there when I got the case, that was the one that was making the bad sound. It's tough to see. Let's see. It's a little bit better. This fan was making the noise, and I just knocked it, and it stopped. I'll have to make a note of that, and have to replace that with a better fan, I guess. Alright, so here we're back at the front here. Home server started up. I've got a good got the login screen anyway, so that tells me that we're up and running. And of course, router is up and running. Switches are up. I think we're good to go. So in a future video I'll have to fix that fan, but it seems to be okay now. I think it'll have to do just for now. But thanks for watching, everybody. See you next time.